What up, cappers, gamblers, punters, hustlers, low beggars? Happy Monday, July 22nd to all of you. A lot of people hate starting a new week. We don't. Money to be made. I am pumped up for this week. Shout out to all the cappers in the chat ready to get that paper. Walla dose for old video. Paco, Healy, Matthew Carl, John Jr., Elio, Topset, Robbie Tops, Gerard Ryan, Russell Gordy. Russell Gordy, not a fan of Homer Bailey, but I am one, and I've become one, and I'm interested in the A's at a giant price today. I know Russell Gordy will shake his head at that. We have Serious Business, Mally Mal, Bookie Lover Q, Justin Grammer, Jansen Bonzen, Northside Gambling Channel. There is Dave L.A. in the house. Mr. Spectacular, ready to get to work. Dave L.A. will be joining us live on our late show. On today's show, we will have Drew Martin joining us in 42 minutes. Only 11 games on the card. A lot of time for us to hammer each and every one of these games. Jansen says, being away in Indianapolis for my son's baseball tournament. What have I missed? I'll tell you. Oh, and Buzzo TV. Buzzo TV liking Astros A's over. And Al Brown saying making money. What up? Silver Malco in the house. Christopher Smith, Jared Trader, Tomarino. Tomo ready to go, says Cubs starting to pull away in the division. I've got him at plus 130 to win that division. There's A. Hilly, Pink Guy Genie. Okay, first off, Miami is happening. Miami, we have guys already booking. We got Dom Ricci, Von Polo, Ulysses Hayes, Cranky Ricky March going to be there, amongst others, already booking hotel rooms. We are very, very, very excited. Here is the link to party with us in Miami. Parlay Poppy, DJ Big Boss, Whale Capper, Donnie Rightside, Drew Martin, myself. We have a gorgeous hotel, absolutely beautiful hotel. Rafa, put it up there. Man, that is, oh God, right on the beach. It's just going to be so much fun. There's my guy, Cobra Sports 609. My guy, Nutflush Allen, says I'm waist deep surf fishing at Pismo Beach. Going to tell these fish that I will be back in about an hour. Respect, Nutflush Allen. There's Pink Eye Genie spreading awareness. There's Ben Diaz and Neil Frank, Alex Mulberry, Mr. Gokster. Mr. Gokster's going to be driving down from Toronto to party with us in Miami. So get your hotel room, book your flights, party with us. Or drive, whatever works for you. Also, we are now a podcast available wherever podcasts can be heard. Take the show, Betting with the Bag, with you. And let's see, is there anything else I needed to talk about before we break down? Oh, yes, Beat the Bag. There was the Heat cancellation at Saratoga on Saturday, so we've moved it to this Saturday, which is great. We got the Jim Dandy Stakes. War of Will will be in that race. I will be fading War of Will. Speaking of which, tomorrow night, which is rare for horse racing, thoroughbred racing enthusiasts. Tomorrow night, there's a big race. The second jewel of the Triple Crown at Fort Erie, which I call Fort Erie, right across the border from Buffalo. And I have the winner of that race. Amy's Flatter will win that race. Amy's Flatter. Probably going to get 5-2. Amy's Flatter is going to win that race. And I'm going to put... Not entirely sure. I'm going to put at least $100 on Amy's Flatter, though, to win that race. I'm very confident Amy's Flatter to win that race. We will talk more about that tomorrow. Okay, gate pass key ready to go. Ready to roll. Beautiful pass key in your link. I like it. Billy Oliveira says, hey, Jimmy, I live in Miami. Will you guys have an itinerary for people trying to meet up? Yes. Billy Oliveira, yes. First off, we're doing Betting with the Bag all week. We're also doing the Audible on Tuesdays and Fridays, so all the shows will be going. We got the Boss and the Sauce will be on Saturday. But yes, we have everything broken down, what bars we're going to be at, what spots we're going to be at, but everything goes down at the Diplomat, Billy Oliveris, and we want, and there's so many, Billy's just another one. We have so many incredible cappers that are from South Florida. I didn't realize how many. We thought maybe there was 20. There's been at least 50 at least that have popped up as low baggers, so we're going to party with all you guys and absolutely can't wait. So Billy Oliveira's, yes. And there are tweets going out from SBR Sportsbooks with some of our itinerary, but I don't think it includes our Gulfstream Park Thursday and Saturday and things like that of that nature. There's Mr. Ghost says, I love Fort Erie. Man, Fort Erie is just, I love this place, man. Been there for over 100 years. It's just, our park in Vancouver, Hastings Park, our racetrack in Vancouver, beats it by a couple years, but they're both over 100 years old, way over 100 years old. Ron Crawford says, good morning, low baggers. Spreadsheet play, St. Louis, Washington, and Houston. Anil Frank says, how about that LA Galaxy plus 370 Monday Night Big Balls play? Anil Frank, I was thinking about you guys, man. That was a huge play. And now Mac had a nice debut here on our show. And that was very fun seeing you guys cash that giant Big Balls play. So funny with the Galaxy. I loved it. Pink Eye Genie says, can I still chill at the hotel if I get an Airbnb? Absolutely. I'll give you my card. Just act like one of us, Pink Eye Genie. Act like one of us. And Lamont Williams. I love it, man. And also Lamont Williams giving out 10 big run line. Sounding great work. And Gate Passkey ready to get to work. Washington Fade, let's get it. Champ, says my guy Joe Fison. Okay, so this is what's up. We only have 11 games. We're going to be joined in 37 minutes by Drew Martin. And Drew Martin has already informed me that he has a lot of plays on this card, and I know why. It seems like they're angles. I've made no overnight bets. I made no bets this morning. I got a lot of work to do. And, wow, love that Ghoster. Absolutely love that. Hastings Park's, it's my home away from home. Russell Gordy says, Mal, Nats, Fade. There goes those Rockies. Okay, let's get to work. 11 games on the docket. There's Tony Weddle ready to go. Bookie Lover Q. The team is together. Let's go. Okay, first off, we're going to get the market moves and then start breaking it down. Let's start with Red Sox Rays, full game, money lines. And I like these Mondays. I like these Mondays a lot. And we've had a bunch of good Mondays in a row. I like these smaller cards where we can hammer each and every one of the cards. We have Drew Martin joining us on the early show, Dave L.A. joining us on the late show. Only 11 games, no WNBA, no CFL. We focus all on MLB. And that sounds pretty good to me. Let's go. Red Sox at Rays. Here we go. Red Sox open at minus 110, now at minus 127. It's interesting because I like the Rays, but I'm not going to go against the market move. I know Rodriguez is pitching well, but the Rays hit lefties better than the Red Sox hit lefties. Let's keep breaking it down. The total opened at 9. Now it was heavily juiced to the under. It was at minus 125, so it's no surprise that it's now 8.5s across the board. And it's no surprise because the over is juiced at minus 119 at 8.5, so it's no surprise that it's gone from 9 to 8.5. Joe Anisi said locked in New York Yankees money line. Lance LaRose on the Colorado Washington full game over. Tomino says Rodriguez has been better at home. Yes, I would be taking the Rays. Coactus, Tampa Bay 0-3 last 3 games versus Boston. Leroy Floods on Rays money line. But I'm not going to go against the market move. Unless this has some U-shaped movement and I see money coming back in on the Rays. Dave L.A. leaning to the Rays. Can't wait to have Dave L.A. back live on our show. He's been missed. Ilya Katz says Tampa at home. I hate it. I just don't think I'll hit over 54% if I'm going against these moves. Red Sox 54-46, 31 and 21 away. They're better on the road than they are at home. Rays 27-24 at home. They're better on the road than they are at home. Eduardo Rodriguez 11-4, 4.34 ERA, 1.30 WHIP. 116 innings, 120 Ks, 37 walks, 18 homers. Jalen Beeks, 5-0, 2.78 ERA, 1.27 WHIP, 64 and 2/3, 56 Ks, 23 walks, 4 home runs. He's getting the start. Red Girl, welcome. We're going to turn it all around right here. Thank you so much for joining us. And if you want to party with Red Girl, I should add Red Girl into that intro with Dave L.A. with Parlay Poppy and Big Boss and all that. There's Daryl Lyles ready to get to work. Russell Gordy laughing at Boston in a down year, losing to the Jays. Let's quickly look at baseball data here and go pitcher versus batter here against Rodriguez. They've had 55 at-bats. They're hitting 255 with 364 slugging, so just a 670 OPS. You'd think the OPS would be higher with that batting average, but no power. He's allowed 1 home run in 55 at-bats, 1 home run, and that was from Guillermo Heredia. And then against Beeks, very small sample size, 21 at-bats, 5 hits, all singles. But we know they don't have a lot of power against lefties. Jared Trader says Red Sox need a win. I think they bounce back after that embarrassment with the Orioles series, coming off a loss to the Orioles, 2-1 in the 3-game series. Red Sox 5-5 since the All-Star break. Now 14 straight games against the Yankees and the Rays. Rodriguez coming out of the All-Star break strong. Won both his starts, 3 runs and 13 in the third. Last time out, 2 runs, 3 hits, 6 in the third against the Jays. But 0-2 with a 7.11 ERA in 4 starts at Tropicana Field. Kiermaier sprained his thumb sliding into first base. He will not need surgery, but he's going to be out at least 2 weeks. Beeks will likely serve as an opener. He's not going to go too long. He's 2-0 with a 2.89 ERA in 2 appearances. And that's that, man. I want the Rays. I wanted to bet the Rays here, but I'm not going to go up against that market move. I'm also not that comfortable with the under. Let's see what Tomer says. I'd lean under first 5. Both pitchers are in good form, even though Rodriguez hasn't been strong on the road. Tampa Bay isn't a tough place to pitch. That is true, Tomer. It is a little surprising that he has a bad ERA there. Jeff Joseph says, I like your pick in the Prince of Wales. Will tell you I have no real opinion. Fort Erie is a tough track to gauge. I just think that there was no doubt to me that Amy's Flatter was the best horse in the Queen's Plate. Just had to run 4 and 5 wide coming out of that 10th gate. He had to run wide. She had to run wide. There's no doubt to me that Amy's Flatter is the horse to beat here. I really do think that is the case. We'll move more into it. We'll look more into it because the horse isn't until tomorrow. But I just see Amy's Flatter being the strongest horse here in this field. Man, just beautiful, beautiful horse. So we will talk more about it, but I'm definitely hammering Amy's Flatter. Definitely hammering Amy's Flatter. And just Amy's Flatter alone. I want One Bad Boy to, we were unclear if One Bad Boy was capable of the distance before and ran possibly the race of his life. I think it's a nice spot to fade. Dave Burke says, you guys see Maximum Security's win get challenged again this weekend? No, I did. I had both. I had Maximum Security. I had the 7-5 exactor, straight exactor $20, and 7-1 straight exactor $20. And when it even looked like he did cut off. What's King for a Day? It looked like he did cut off King for a Day. Dave Burke, I thought he was going to get eliminated. I thought I was going to lose that spot, but $100 profit there on the on those 2 straight exactors, 7-5, 7-1 is beautiful. And it will give me more money for the Beat the Bag contest, Saratoga, this Saturday. Not Flash Challenge says John Cueto down 25 pounds and throwing extremely well. How about he replaces Smart? You'll also look out for the backup third baseman there. Bring up, he hit like 23 bombs for the River Cats. Interesting. Thank you for the heads up. But yeah, I thought for sure it was all happening again, Dave, when I was watching it. I thought, and it was very short though. They said everything was good so quickly. Oh man. Okay, I like the Rays. I do like Tomor's look on that first 5 under. I do like Tomor's look. I agree that it doesn't, and the sample size is probably small enough that we don't need to worry about those 4 starts. Interesting though, Pinnacle has not dropped it to 4.5. All the other books have, but Pinnacle is not. So I'm sure it's all going to be at 4.5. I don't know. I guess I'm not. I like it, but I'm surprised Pinnacle's not there. I'm not going to make a move on the Red Sox Rays at this point. And Zach Green, yeah, I saw that Zach Green was coming up. Not flush. Thank you for the heads up. Tomer says Cueto might be decent, but Giants offense still sucks. And then Mally Mal says Giants hottest team since the break. They are at 9-2. Okay, let's move on to the Rockies Nationals. So we've already heard that we had someone make a play on the Rockies Nationals just a second ago. Where is it? I've missed it. I read it out loud, but we've already had a look on this Rockies Nationals spot, and there it is. Lance LaRose is on the Colorado-Washington full game over. Rockies versus Nationals. Let's take a quick look at the market moves here. That's first 5. Let's go to full game. Money lines and totals. Opened up at 11, now at 10.5. And also that 11 was juiced to the under, but just minus 115. The Nationals opened up at minus 160. They're now minus 149. An 11-cent move towards these Colorado Rockies. Rockies 21-28 on the road. Nationals 26-20 at home. Still 6.5 back from the Braves. Did not gain ground in that series, tying 2-2. 86 Fahrenheit, light rain, 10 miles per hour, out to right center. Lambert 2-1, 6.06 ERA, 1.40 WHIP, 35 2/3, 23 Ks, 7 walks, 9 home runs. 9 home runs allowed. Mally Mouse says, Jim, what kind of hat is that? This is a sprinter, Canadian sprinter in the 50s. Harry Jerome, a famous sprinter in our community, and one of the first, if not the first, Black Canadian sprinter that there was. I don't know who was ahead of him. And yeah, very, very famous man from my community. Harry Jerome, 100-meter sprinter out of Canada. Eric Fetty, and this is available at 9 O'Clock Gun. That's my brother's hat company, 9o'clockgun.com. Okay, Fetty, 101, 3.50 ERA, 1.32 WHIP. Bad numbers against Colorado in his career, but 2 starts against them, 12.38 ERA. Joe Anisi said, Jimmy, I'm coming up DJ Big Boss contest, currently in 37th. Well, you're making moves, man. I'm right there. I'm like at 30th. I'm very right. I'm right around there. But love hearing that, Joe Anisi. Tomina says, Brave series seemed like a critical series for Washington. I could see their momentum slowing after they failed to make up ground against them. Dave L.A. leaning Rockies and Rockies team total over. And Mally Mal, Rockies win and under 10.5. Interesting. Also, Dom Reach said Giants won 3 games versus Mets in extra inning. Mets pitching held them down. In my opinion, Giants run is starting to end, says Dom Ricci. Very, very interesting look. That's so cool to have the Mets-Giants playing because we have our Mets expert in Dom Ricci, our Giants expert in Nut Flush Allen, and it's just great to get their insights. There's my guy, Steven Mendez in the house. My guy, Steven Mendez, ready to go. Okay, so he pitched well. Fetty pitched well at Baltimore. 1 run, 5 hits. That was on Wednesday. No walk, 6 innings. Eventual 9-2 loss to the Orioles. There's Juan Ruiz, ready to go. Says getting at it at the gym, trying to be Parlay Poppy. Eyebrow wax appointment after. Respect, Juan Ruiz. Get after it. Get after it. And you can see those eyebrows in action here tomorrow morning and Wednesday morning on Betting with the Bag. Okay. Mally Mal says Rockies got his number last 8 games. Nats. Okay, time to lose back-to-back. Nats without a loss, last 8 games. Rockies snapped 6-game losing streak, salvaging the final game of that series against the Yankees, 8-4. Lambert winless in last 5 starts, but comes off a solid performance against the Giants on Tuesday. 2 runs, 6 hits, no walks, and an eventual 8-4 loss. Again, Bookie Lover Q saying Eric Fetty is going to fade. Dom Regis says, I'll be at City tomorrow night versus Padres. Oh, beautiful, Dom. I wish I was sitting right beside you. Can't wait to break that game down with you. Oh, man, that's exciting, Dom Ricci. Dom Ricci, you want to party with Dom Ricci? Come to Miami. Diplomat Beach Resort. Dom's going to be rolling with us. Tomer says, Fetty pitches contact. Strikeout numbers are very low. Tough to pitch that way to a lineup of power like Colorado. Nutflush Allen said, throw that website up for your brother's hat company. I'm sure the Lowbag family would love to support it. Absolutely, I will do that. Thank you for mentioning that, Nutflush Allen. And Joe Anisi said, Giants barely snuck by the Mets. This is not a spot I want to jump on. At this point, I'll keep an eye on market movements, but I don't trust either pitcher. But I would say that I do trust Fetty more than Lambert. But seeing this 11-cent move over to Colorado will give me pause, but that could change. Mally Mal, I just told you, I just said it, man. Sergio Omedo says, where the hose at? That's an excellent question, Sergio Omedo. They were here in the studio yesterday. Rafa can vouch for that. Shot a little commercial that I can't talk about. But, damn. Jesus. Woo. Wow. There was some here. Okay, let's stay focused here. Hard to do that. But yeah, it's a Harry Jerome hat from 9 O'Clock Gun, my brother's hat company. Okay, let's move on to Cardinals at Pirates. I am very, very interested in what you guys think about this game because I want to fade Ponce de Leon enormously. Also, Dom Reach is saying make it cheaper, share a room. Dom sharing with our guy Elio, and that's $300 each Wednesday to Sunday. No worries, Mally Mal. All good. Much love to you, my friend. Okay, so I want to fade Ponce de Leon so badly, but how can you have trust in Trevor Williams right now? Very, very difficult thing to do. Let's talk about this game. This game excites me enormously on today's card. Ponce de Leon and the Cardinals open at minus 111 favorites. There's been a 4-cent move towards the Pirates. I want Pirates first 5. And I have some interest in this first half over. I've noticed the full game's gone from 10 to 9.5. This first 5's gone from 5.5 down to 5. Dave L.A. leaning Cardinals. Mally Mal thinking Pirates in the under. Eric Jones saying Cards win. Justin Grammer, St. Louis. Russell Gordy says taking Pirates. Boogie Lover Q said, told you about the Cards, Jimmy. They crushed lower competition in the division. They do. Chad Cannon says Cards rolling. Coactus taking St. Louis. Tomar says, I think the value is Cardinals first 5. The Cardinals have great numbers against Williams. They're hitting over 300. Speaking of this, sorry, Mally Mal, because I know you're in New York, and I've been a huge Master Ace fan my whole life, and my brother is a huge Master Ace fan too, and all of Master Ace hats are from my brother's company. My brother's company hooks Master Ace up with all of his hats. So for you New York hip hop heads that also love Master Ace, that's where you may have seen him before, because Master Ace only wears my brother's company. Okay, I got it. Sorry. I got to keep. But I just thought about Mally Mal, NYC, Master Ace, my shit. Okay, Jared Ryan says Cards roll. Pie Guy says Cards are hot. Daryl Lyle's liking St. Louis. Bookie Lover Q says Josh Bell slumping. Pirates can't score if no one is on base. Coacta says Ponce 4-1 last one. I'm telling you, Ponce is going to get touched. Ponce is going to get touched just like he does every year when he comes up halfway through. There's a reason why he never makes this ball club. Russell Gordy on the under in the Pirates. I certainly want to back the Pirates first 5. Let's talk about it a little more. Tom Marino says Ponce stay long off worst start of the year. I think he bounced back here. No, I think this is who he is. There's Russell Gordy. He knows what I'm talking about. I just think that's who he is, Tomor. I just don't think he's that good of a pitcher, and that's why he never makes the show every year. Cardinals are hitting 244, 714 OPS for righties. I know the Pirates aren't hitting right now, but 275, 782 OPS for righties. Pirates have won 5 of 9 against Cardinals this year. They're 2-7 since the All-Star break. They've scored 25 runs. They're playing badly. I get it. Don Reach said, Jimmy, your bro has a company in New York. No, my bro has a company in Vancouver, BC. But we send Mass Ace whatever he wants, whenever he wants, and we will do that forever. We're as big fans as he could possibly get. Bookie Lover Q said, Jimmy, you said it. Wainwright has the pitcher's focus. He does, but I do not trust Ponce de Leon. Williams' start was pushed back on Saturday because of an illness, severe flu-like symptoms. He's looked terrible coming off the injured list. 1-2, 9.53 ERA in 4 starts. Last started July 14th. Season worst, 8 runs, 11 hits, and 5 1/3, 3 home runs. I'd love to hear what Twatty Latte has to say about this Pirate spot because I want to back him. I want to back him first 5. Against St. Louis, he has bad numbers there too. It's bad numbers there too. 4-4, 5.50 ERA, 13 appearances, 10 of them starts, 49 strikeouts, 17 walks. Cardinals are 7-3 since the All-Star break, and they've been scoring. They've scored 49 runs in those 10 games, 4.9 a pop. Wednesday, Ponce de Leon allowed career-high 8 hits, matched career-high runs, allowed 4 against these Pirates. So I want to back the Pirates bad. Bookie Lover Q says Williams not 100%. He certainly doesn't look good, but it shouldn't be injury. Remember, he was gone because of they were having a baby. That's why and then there's the All-Star break. So and then he's sick. Like everything's kind of been working against him. But I want to back the Pirates first 5. And I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I have the balls to do it, at least at this point. And money's coming in. I guess nothing's really moved on the first 5. Nothing at all. It's a pick 'em first 5. Lance LaRose says Cards the play. Pink Eyed Genie says seems like a Pirates first 5, St. Louis full game, and Russell Gordy loves Reds first 5. Okay, good. And Tom Reno says he should match up well with Pittsburgh's lineup. So I'm not going to make a move yet. We've got lots of time to. Oh shit! I didn't even pull out the baseball record that took a bruising because of Friday night, 4-7 Friday night, and I stayed off all weekend. So it's not looking very good. It's not looking good, and I was down 0.91 units going into the afternoon game. Then I lost that first afternoon game on Friday, and things didn't look very good. Elio Topset says Pittsburgh first 5 team total over. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm feeling. Robbie Top says Williams held St. Louis to no runs over 7 innings on May 10th. And then Nutflush Allen says lefty numbers add up to the over. Don Reach said Mr. Nutflush, you're coming to Florida. I want to hear some. I can't wait till I hear that he's in. He wants to come, but we need Nutflush. There's my guy Stu Chaos in the house. And Tomorino says both bullpens are bad. And Russ Gordy says Mass Ace is Eminem's favorite rapper. You can tell, yeah, man. T says morning. T's ready to get to work. So okay, look, I want first 5 and the first 5 over. If I had to only pick one of them, I would take the Pirates first 5. So that's where I stand. And I'm not going to make a move yet, but I'm moving closer to wanting to believe in Trevor Williams. And if I had to believe in one of these pitchers, it'd be no doubt that I'd believe in Trevor Williams. Tormenta says Williams last start against St. Louis was very lucky. Gave him 9 hits. Cards hit nearly 300 against him. Let's just look at that exact baseball data right now. Here we go. Against Ponce de Leon, just 27 at-bats, 8 hits, 8 for 27, but only 1 power hit, only 1 homer, no doubles, no triples. Against Trevor Williams, 362 with an 870 OPS. DeYoung, Munoz. But look at the big bats, though. I guess, no, I shouldn't say that. They all hit him hard. All right. Rich G said, I'll take Cards money line if I was making a play. 2 plays per day only says, live betting on the chat Discord together. We are killing the books. Okay, let's keep rolling. Indians, Blue Jays. Indians 25-20 on the road. Blue Jays 18-30 at home. Let's take a quick look at what we're getting value-wise here. Go to full game, money lines, and totals. Full game to money lines and totals. Here we go. Toronto Toronto, Cleveland. So Clevenger, Barucki. Cleveland's taken 17 cents. This total open at 9.5 is now at 9. What is and Mal saying Williams is an over magnet. Okay. And they all hit Williams. And Kawakta says it's going to be a low-scoring game. And Dave Ellis says, I don't know, Jimmy. The lines are telling you it's Cardinals. Are they? I mean, we haven't had too much movement in that game. Let's look at what it is right now. Why? Because there's been a 6-cent move towards them. I mean, I don't know, Dave. I don't know. Russell Gordy saying something fishy in the Toronto game, and it's Barucki. If you want to smell fish, that's where it is. So he had 4 minor league rehabilitation outings. This is a tough start for Barucki. So he has 1 in rookie ball. It's like 3 innings, doesn't allow a run. And then 1 in high A in Dunedin, and like 4 innings, doesn't do anything. And then he goes to AAA Buffalo, and he gets destroyed. So yeah, he's got a 3.00 ERA in 18 innings of rehab because of the elbow inflammation. And Nutflush On says, back at the campsite, I have the show on while sipping on a drink. Kristen wakes up, comes out the RV. First thing she says is, good morning, Jimmy. God, I love Kristen. Man, you are a lucky man. You are a lucky man, Mike Allen. And you know that, man. You know that. Kristen hit a 5-team parlay at IFBC. Mr. Goke says, about time Barucki came back, like the under first 5. Okay, Quactus like in Toronto. I don't. Barucki goes. Now, I know how much are we supposed to take into these rehab starts, but in Buffalo, he allowed 4 home runs in 11 innings. 6 earned runs in 11 innings. I mean, how is he possibly, there's my guy DJ Big Boss, how can he possibly just roll up against these Indians that are the best team in the league right now? 28-11 since June 4th. Jays are 15-24 over their past 39 games. Indians just finished a 7-3 homestand. They swept the Blue Jays in 4 games, April 4th to 7th. And Dave Elliott says Pirates with Trevor Williams at home. Should be no, it shouldn't be Dave Elliott. We just talked about it. To me, I don't think it should be. Trevor Williams has had 1 start in a month, and the Cardinals hit him. And the Cardinals are winning right now. That line makes sense to me. I expected the line to open up -110, -110. I hear what you're saying, but I think it's Justin Graham said Indians money line or pass. I'm on the. I think Indians -1. I think the Indians take care of business here. I think Barucki gets touched. I don't think Barucki goes very long. I know we've been excited in Toronto to get Barucki back, but this is a very, very tough spot to start at. And Clevenger here, you have 1.06 ERA over his past 3 starts. Clevenger's rolling. I think this is a discount that we're getting the Indians on. I really do. I think this is a discount. Let's see what you get on the spread here. Wow, Nasty Nate says I've been in the studio with Master Race about 5 times. Oh, man. Nasty Nate. Come down to Miami. Tell those stories. That sounds dopeness. Yeah, MMK said Blue Jays ugly numbers recently versus lefties. And the Indians numbers have improved slightly against lefties. Now 241, 721 OPS. On the run line, you're still getting a -110 or something. First half, let's see what you're getting on the -0.5. I think that Barucki gets touched. I think that the Indians roll here. I think the Indians roll here with no problems. And I'm going to back this up with bets. First 5, -0.5. I think Barucki gets touched. This is a very difficult first start for him. Getting a -120. First 5, -0.5, and -120. These are my first bets on the board. And -1.5. -1.5 full game. I'm getting a -110 at 5 times. Book it. Okay. Yeah, Clevenger's a righty. I don't know why I did, but they are hitting 229, 710 OPS versus righties. But I think they're in trouble here. And that's my first action. Okay. Okay, yeah, let's keep rolling. Beautiful. Now we get to the Reds-Brewers spot. Reds-Brewers. Reds 19-29 on the road. They've been bad on the road. And we have our guy Drew Martin joining us in 13 minutes, so we're doing fine pace-wise, but let's keep rolling. I want to touch on each and every one of these games. Tom Marino says Cleveland tends to clean up against weaker teams like Toronto, then they struggle against the better teams. Lance Rose giving us a final score of 6-1. I'm certain that I should have jumped on that line this morning, but whatever. It's moved 19 cents, and I know my guy Jin Rummy would be shaking his head saying, you got to move forward on these bets that you like earlier, and he's right, but I'm still hammering this right now. 76 Fahrenheit, clear, 6 miles per hour, sideways in Milwaukee. Sunny Gray, 5 and 6, 3.40, ERA 1.13 whip, 120 Ks in 103 in the third, man. He's back. He's absolutely back. Elio liking the under. Guru Sports Bet liking the first 5 under. Lance Rose liking the first 5 under as well. Chase Anderson, 5 and 2, 3.96 ERA, 1.22 whip, 77 in the third, 75 Ks, 26 walks, 11 home runs allowed. Reds rating 236, 722 OPS versus righties. Brewers rating 249, 779 OPS versus righties. Poker Addicted says Reds auto under. Brewers are 5-1 in their last 6 after losing 8 of 10 from July 2nd to 15th. Tom Marino says, I think the value is first 5 under. Both pitchers are in good form and neither offense is consistent. Now, I thought that the funeral for Tyler Skaggs had happened. But here we go again where somebody says the Brewers will play without Ryan Braun, who's attending the funeral. So I don't understand exactly what's going on about the Skaggs funeral there. Anderson, 4 and 2, 3.88 ERA in 14 starts. Last pitch Wednesday against Atlanta. 5 and 2/3, allowed 1 hit. Scoreless, looked very good. 5 and 3 with 3.80 ERA, 13 career starts against Cincinnati. Cincinnati 3 and 9 over their last 12. They've been held to 3 runs or fewer 7 times in that slide. Grays made 4 straight quality starts. 2 runs on 2 hits in 6 innings against Chicago. Looked very good. Dave Burke said Reds looked bad yesterday. I'm on Brewers full game. And then Gray, 4-0, 1.85 ERA, 4 career starts against Milwaukee. 3 of those starts are this season. He's just shut them down. So let's see if we want to focus on these bullpens are good enough too. I mean, why would we be afraid of these bullpens at this point? Let's see what the total is. First 5. Here we go. It's at 4.5, already down from 5 and 5. Oh, but it's just Pinnacle and 5 Dimes that are at 4.5. These other books, you can still catch a 5. That sounds nice. Let's see what full game is. Full game opened at 9 and it's still at 9. I think they're both pretty appealing. Russell Gordon says under is the play in Reds first 5. Eric Jones says Gray on the road is a no-go. Let's take a look at exactly how much of a no-go he is here. Let's just quickly bring him up. His road record. Here we go. Sorry, quick move here. MLB. Where's that Cincy game? Here we go. Okay. So Sonny Gray, who's had such a good season, he's been shutting down the Brewers all year. On the road, 3.35 ERA, 1.16 whip. I mean, he's back to where he was. Let's look at his last 2 road starts have been spectacular. One was at Colorado, one was at Chicago Cubs. 2 tough places to play. That was the second time the Cubs had seen him in a short amount of time. But Bookie Lover Q says Gray on the road. My thoughts exactly. I mean, Tomino says Milwaukee's bullpen has been inconsistent recently. They're overworked because of bad starters. Okay, well, I'm going to take this first 5 that's available. First 5 here. First 5 under 5. Now, there's only available at 3 different books. I love it. Nutflush Sheldon says, Don, we are 85% there, just working out details for the Nutflush Juniors. Also, and Joshua Madfee saying Braun isn't playing, so he is at the funeral, which I thought had already happened, but I guess it hasn't. Another thing about the hotel quickly is that we have a block of rooms open right now, and they're filling up. So as soon as somebody tries to book a room and it says they're all full, let us know, because we'll have to see if they'll open up another block of rooms for us. Okay, so I'm on Reds first 5, under 5. But I also like full game. I don't see why I wouldn't take full game here. First 5, under 5, getting minus 125 at Bet Online. There's 3 books still hanging the 5. First 5, under 5, minus 125 at Bet Online. Pick Genie says, if there is ever a spot to be on Gray, this is it. Torino says, no one other than Milwaukee. You know, why wouldn't I take the full game too? I mean, I imagine this full game's going to be down to 9. But you guys are saying that the bullpens are just not to be trusted. Let's take a quick look at what the bullpens have been. Here we go. A quick look here. Yeah, they're not to be trusted. They've been very bad lately. Okay, I'll just stick with first 5. I'm fine with that. Okay, let's keep rolling. And Russell Gordon saying, hard to beat a team 4 straight times, Sonny, be careful. I feel that. There's Gerardo Hernandez ready to get to work. Jay Peach says, I need an 11-team parlay bad. Okay, 11 teams. And Gerardo Hernandez liking the Yankees minus 119. Let's talk about this Marlins White Sox spot. Trevor Richards versus Ivan Nova. Now, Nova has been bad the last 2 starts after looking like he turned it around. He's looked bad, 8.44 ERA. But he's great numbers against these White Sox. Great numbers. 4-0, 0.98 ERA in 4 starts against Miami. Who cares? Small sample size. That stuff is probably should not be taken too closely. White Sox just finished a 2-8 road trip out of the All-Star break. Miami was just swept by the Dodgers in a 3-game series to start a 6-game road trip. And Lance LaRose liking these breakdowns today. I like it too. I think we're going to have a good day. Oh, wow. Don Rich, I didn't know that. They sent me an email about upgrading to a balcony. If they didn't give us the balcony option when they booked. So if you want one, you got to sign up. I need a balcony. Yes. Interesting. Thank you for mentioning that, Dom. I'll copy and paste that and talk to Sophia about that. And Elio saying he'll have a play there later. I like that. And Daryl Lyles is on the play. Now, I've already made this play in the contest, the full game under. But I wanted to talk to you guys before I bet it, and that's the big ball contest I'm talking about. Let's see what's going on, market moves here in this game, because I was very interested in the under. Very interested here. White Sox, Marlins. Here we go. Oh, that's first half. The first half, too, is interesting. Oh, shit, sorry. Full game. Here we go. Money lines and totals. Full game, money lines and totals. Russell Gordon says, got to fly from Miami to LA to Chicago. Yeah, but I mean, it's not like, they fly to LA, they have a few days, then they fly to Chicago, LA to Chicago. DJ 100 Grand says, what up? Colorado over. I didn't know that, Dom, that they weren't all balconies. I thought they were all balconies. Okay. Here we go. Let's take a look at this full game Marlins spot. Opened at 10, but it was heavily juiced to the under at minus 125. So you knew that it was going to hit to 9.5 was probably the first move. And that's the first move that happened. And then the first half, I mean, I think that Nova's stuff should work against this somewhat soft Marlins lineup. But I lost badly the last time I was confident in the White Sox under. Here we go at 5. And there's some money coming in on it. It's been a 5-cent move on the first 5 under. I want to jump on this first 5 under with Richards and Nova. I do. I think Richards will have a nice start. He's good against teams that haven't seen him. John Garcia said Allegiant Airlines, $100 to fly to Miami. Allegiant's my spot, man. That's where we'd go to Vegas for $50. So I love it. I want to grab the first 5 under 5. And I'm just going to leave it as a lean right now, but I want to grab that today. Pie Guy says Marlins got a DH tonight, and their shortstop is hurt. Quack is saying Nova has good numbers against Miami. DJ Big Boss getting some wins under his belt. I saw him on the weekend at some big days. I want to take this first 5 under 5. I'll just leave that as a. I don't want to sit here and hum and haw. We don't have time for that. Why don't we go into the A's Astros? A's Astros. Let's take a look at what's going on. Guru Sportsbet says I like full game better. You're saying the DH for the Marlins is a bat boy. Guru liking the full game better. I like both. And I still don't trust the White Sox bullpen. Let's talk about full game money lines and totals for this A's Astros spot. A's Astros. So the total opened at 9, heavily juiced to the under. So there's been a 7-cent move towards the over. So it opened at under 9 and minus 130. It's now under 9 minus 123. And the Astros opened up at minus 225. There's been a 10-cent move towards them. Man, I'm telling you, I am. Pie Guy said the Marlins called me the DH this morning. And Guru Sportsbet says say Nova gets smacked. I hear you. Eric Jones liking the Astros on the run. Look, I think the A's have all the value here. I do. I know Cole's rolling, but I love Bailey's start against the Mariners. I know it's just the Mariners, but he had 13 days off in between starts. I know a lot of you guys think Bailey's just an auto fade. I don't. A's debut, he goes 6 6 solid, walks 0, strikes out 6. Guy's got confidence. He's got confidence for the first time in years. 3-0 with a 1.46 ERA and 8 career starts against the Astros. Russell Gordy says Houston line too high, A's in first place. Cole's allowed more than 1 run just once in his last 6 starts. Cole scattered 7 hits, 1 run over 7 innings, struck out 11, walked 1. Cole 3-1 with a 3.30 ERA in 7 career starts against Oakland. Russell Gordy says homer fade Bailey. You know what? I think the A's have all the value here. And this is an interesting look from the first 5 under from Lance LaRose. I like that look. I like that look. Let me quickly see what's going on here on this first 5 under in that game, because we know that Cole's going to pitch well, but I think Bailey pitches well too. And the first 5 under is at 5, and there's been a 5-cent move towards the over, but it's still at 5. I'm interested in it. Chad Cannon said A's are hot. I'm going to take the A's. But right now, if the market keeps moving towards Houston, I'm just going to wait, see what kind of line I can get. A's lean and first 5 under. I'll just leave that as a lean at this point. We're going to get time to break these games down with Drew. Rafa, can you holler at Drew, get him in here a minute or 2 early? Sweet, thanks, man, because I know he's got a lot of games. Yankees at Twins. Yankees 26-17 on the road. Twins 30-19 at home. Man, do all of us who backed those Indians on that huge division line, man, 11.5 to 3 games? Come on, plus 1,100. DJ Big Boss, my lungs are improving. My lungs are improving. We're moving in that direction. Coacta says Cole shut down A's in his career. Yeah, okay. So let's talk about this. First off, the Twins versus the Yankees against lefties. We can't forget, the Twins are 861 OPS versus lefties. The Yankees have a 731 OPS versus. Sorry, Twins have a 861 OPS versus lefties. Yankees have a 731 OPS versus lefties. Twins are scared. They're looking over their shoulder. Russell Gordy says Yanks lose. I mean, the Twins smash lefties. The Yanks don't. But I think Martin Perez is way more vulnerable than CC Sabathia. But CC Sabathia is vulnerable on the road. Sabathia shuts down these Twins. The Yankees shut down these Twins. The Yankees are 48-20 since 2010 against the Twins. 23-10 at Target Field. Sabathia 20-9 with a 3.09 ERA, 39 career starts against Minnesota. Martin Perez 2-2 with a 9.68 ERA and 4 career starts against the Yankees. Yeah, Dom, thank you for that heads up about the balconies. That's extremely important. Extremely important, and I did not know about it. I thought they had balconies too. Brian Cramp liking the Houston team total over. Brookie Leverkusen says Yankees roll. Joe Weiss says the Twins sweep the Yanks. Take the series in tonight's game. ESPN game tomorrow. Twins for 3 days. Says Joe. Wow, Joe. Tormina says Twins are hitting lefties hard. CC is in the same pitcher on the road. Eric Jones, 20-9 for Sabathia against the Twins. Yeah, I mean, oh man, Dave LA says Indians will take the lead by Thursday or Friday. Oh, jeez. Oh, I need that so bad. Oh, that's so exciting. Be nice to get a little hedge spot. Joe Anisi on New York Yankees money line. Waldo said Gardner may be out, never been a Tauchman fan. MMK said Yankees 6-3 on the road versus lefties. Let's see what these lineups have done against these guys quickly in this Yankee spot. Here we go. Against the Sabathia, 115 at bats, 243 average, 443 slugging, 734 OPS. Against Martin Perez, 340 average, 1.019 OPS. Sanchez 2 for 3. Gregorius 3 for 9 with 2 homers. Encarnacion 3 for 11 with the homer. Let's see what we're talking about. What we're talking about with the totals here. Full game, money lines and totals. Yankees, Twinkies. So Yankees open up at minus 110. There's been a 12-cent move towards them. This total opened at 11. It's now at 11.5 at Pinnacle on 5 times. Yeah, you got to think that's going to... Oh, and Joanie said CeCe's birthday. I didn't know that. Interesting. And he's been off the sauce for, 2 years now. So he's not going to be in trouble. Oh, it was yesterday. Okay, yesterday. Yankees, Twins, is that over 8 miles per hour sideways out to right field? Maybe that over is just sitting there waiting for it. That's why Pinnacles moved it to an 11.5. That seems to make a lot of sense to me. Maybe we should jump on these 11s now. Maybe we should jump on these 11s right now. And maybe that first 5 is the total to take. Because I know the Yankees bullpen's not looked great lately, but it's still a very strong bullpen. And there you get a 6, a bookmaker. There's one book still hanging a 6. I got to take advantage of that. Okay, I'm going to take first 5 over 6. First 5 over 6 at minus 120. That's available at bookmaker right now. First 5 over 6 at minus 120. All right, sweet. So we've done some good work. We still have Orioles, Diamondbacks, Cubs, Giants, Rangers, Mariners. There's certainly a play I want to make on the Rangers-Mariners, but let's bring in Drew Martin right now to break down these games. We've done good work. We've capped 8 of the 11 games. I've got a few leans that I want to make moves on and haven't yet, but maybe Drew will lead us into that direction. Drew Martin, thank you so much for joining us on this Monday morning, my guy. If you want to party with this man, Diplomat Beach Resort. How we do? Drew, what are you looking at? First off, how you doing? Thank you for joining us.
To Miami, party with all the low baggers, so it should be fun, man. And yeah, happy Monday morning to you. Hopefully we can find some more winners on today's card, man.
We've all grown up with the idea that Monday mornings are shit, and the Monday the office space, you look like you're having a case of the Mondays, all that shit. But for us capping, man, new week, new cash. Fucking love Monday mornings, and it's not a full card, so we can hammer each and every one of these games. Fucking love Monday mornings. Let's get to work, Drew. What's the first game you're looking at?
I guess right down the top of the card here, 7:05 Eastern. We got Colorado, Washington. Lambert on the hill, a guy. I'm more bet on than fade anyway. Just 22 years old, kind of a young guy, catching before. Hopefully the market does here. And I know Washington's been a hotter team this year, but just yesterday, Colorado beat the New York Yankees 8-4. Washington lost 7-1 to Atlanta. Plus the fact that Colorado's been outside of Mile High for quite some time now. So that situation always has me looking towards seeing if the Rockies are worth a bet here. Both bullpens not very good. And Fetty, the pitcher for the Nationals here, not many Ks. Doesn't go really deep in games, even though, the market giving him pretty good credit here. Open minus 165. The market has pushed it down a little bit. I think seeing kind of what I'm seeing here, he's given up 5 hits in each of his last 5 starts, hasn't lasted past 6 innings. So we are going to get to that Nationals bullpen likely at some point. Colorado, I would give the slight bullpen advantage to. So all of those things have me looking towards Colorado here. Not a big bet. I did put a half a unit on it though at a pretty sizable plus price.
I get it. I feel like the volatility with Lambert and Fetty. I think that Fetty has looked pretty good actually this year in the show, not trying to do too much. I mean, his 24 Ks, 19 walks is a problem. And Mally Mouse's Lambert faced Astros and Dodgers. I get it. I get what you're looking at. I'm going to stay off this game at this point. Tormino said Washington should regress after the big run last 30 games. I get it. I'm going to stay off this game at this point, but I'm very excited. I know that you have multiple games on your card right now. So what's the next one?
I got a full unit on this one. This is biggest bet of the day so far anyway. We got Cincinnati and Milwaukee in the NL Central. Gray and Anderson. Looks like before I got on the show, it was total of 9, minus 118 for Milwaukee. Went at this mainly because both lineups have been about 20% above average MLB lineups the last 2 weeks. We got a weighted runs created number of 122 for the Reds, 119 for the Brewers. And Sonny Gray, I mean, if you check out his game logs, just kind of handicapping 101 here, he's been dynamite. I mean, he's gone against Colorado in Colorado, gone against the Cubs twice, and faced this Brewers lineup, which he had 12 Ks and only 1 walk against. That's 4 starts against those 4 teams there, including the Cubs twice. 27 innings, Jimmy, 5 earned runs, 35 Ks and 5 walks. Those are some impressive numbers for Sonny Gray. We know he had the talent before. The velocity went down a little bit, and since he's gotten out of New York, the sounds, the lights, whatever it is, I think he's pitched very well, and he's in good form right now. Have him circled to bet on until further notice. And I'm very surprised to see him at a plus price here. I know they're on the road going against Anderson, and Anderson, I believe it was on June 21st, did face Cincinnati, gave up 6 runs in only 5 innings. So this lineup kind of saw him well, timing down and hit him very well. Granted, since then, he's had 5 starts and pitched well, so it's kind of a volatile situation. Not really sure how that's going to go, but I do project Sonny Gray to pitch very well tonight. And having him at a plus price with small bullpen advantage actually towards Cincinnati. I like him first 5. Put a half a unit on that and put a half a unit on the Cincinnati Reds. Very correlated there, plus 108 full game.
Yeah, Anthony also has had a plus number. I like the Reds in this matchup. They were hanging a 5. There were only 3 books left hanging a 5. Let's see if they're first 5. So I did take the first 5 under 5 at minus 125 because I like Chase's last start, but Sonny Gray's been very good. Russell Gordy said it's hard to beat a team 4 times in a year, and I believe 3 times he's already faced them and looked so good against them. Where is that? 3 of those starts this season, he's beat them all 3, and he struck out 12 July 30th. But I see no reason for not backing him. And 5 dimes is now moved. No, still. Oh, we still have 3 books hanging in the 5. First 5. I'm on the first 5 under 5, but I understand both your looks here. And the more we talk about it, the more I'm starting to like your Rockies bet. But both of these on plus lines make a ton of sense. I think I think your card looks nice right now. What else are you looking at?
Well, on the Low Bag Show, got to talk about Miami Marlins, a game that we'll actually be at, and it will be fun, man. It's a fun stadium, so everybody coming down to South Florida, that will be a fun night there going to the Marlins game. And got Trevor Richards on the hill going against Ian Nova for the Chicago White Sox. And the Marlins, man, this is a tough road trip. The Dodgers, then heading to Chicago just after getting swept by the Dodgers. You got Richards on the hill, which is a good pitcher. But he really hasn't been in good form of late, Jimmy. 8 walks in his last 10 innings. That's over his last 2 starts. He's just kind of surviving. He's not getting a lot of strikeouts. Not really in the form that he was, so not really looking to bet on him. And with that Marlins lineup, man, it's never really kind of lighting it up on fire usually. And they are gaining the DH, but still it's the Marlins. It's a young lineup. I mean, I don't know. The backup catcher going to jump up in DH, so it's always tough for an NL team, especially a young one like the Marlins, to gain from that. But Nova, on the other hand, 10 earned runs in his last 2 starts, over 10 innings, 16 hits in his last 10 innings, Jimmy. He's opposing lineups are seeing him well, plus 5 walks. Both of these pitchers not in good form. Both of these lineups, I mean, the White Sox only a 74 weighted runs created plus number and 2-8 since the All-Star game. Thought I'd bring this game up just to see what the low bag Chad is thinking here. Both teams, I mean, I want to fade both pitchers. I want to fade both lineups. It's tough to find a bet here. It's just kind of bad all across in terms of two of the bottom 5 teams in all of MLB. I was looking towards the under. I just can't trust both of these pitchers, man.
I wanted to hear what you said about it because I had a lean towards the first 5 under 5, but you're right. You're right. And I went over Richard's last couple games. The one, I don't mind that start at Atlanta. I know 4 earned runs, 5 walks. And I'm just saying that because Atlanta's just raking. But at home against the Padres, 8 hits, 3 earned runs, 3 walks. You're right. I should, even if this goes under, I'm not going to be too upset. I'm going to, cut this. Gas Station Stu says Marlins game fun, I guess. No traffic, no crowds to deal with. Man, we're gonna have the place to ourselves, and the best place to heckle is a quiet stadium. So I'm gonna be losing my shit. And Joe and he said, thanks, awesome. Yeah, it's gonna be so much fun. Anthony else said, I don't like this game at all. White Sox pitcher sucks. Marlins lineup sucks. Pass. And CR says, take it, Jimmy. Listen to the chat. Go against the market. No, CR, I'm just starting to like it more than I did. I truly believe I won't hit over 54% going against the market. We'll see if there's U-shaped movement. And if there is on the late show, maybe I make a move on it. But CR saying it's okay. Okay. Pick IG says fade White Sox all year. I'm going to take this lean first 5 under 5 off. of my action. Okay, this is great. We have a great pace right now, Drew. We have 3 games that we haven't got to yet, and I've got some leans that I wanted to talk to you about. Do you have anything else that you want to talk about that's on your card?
Yeah, I got one other game I want to for sure bring up, and also gas station sushi's comment. Marlins game fun, question mark, I guess. No traffic, no crowds to deal with. I'll tell you this, gas station sushi, first of all, we'll be able to scalp tickets for $5 or $10, which is always a plus. And parking's pretty cheap. You kind of park in front of somebody's house or apartment complex there. You practice your Spanish with the guy that's going to watch your car for you. It's a fun experience. It really is. We can tailgate outside. Going in, it's the in terms of new stadiums, the second nicest stadium that I've been to. I'd only put it behind SunTrust in Atlanta. So it's a really nice stadium, a fun park to watch a game. There's a boardwalk where you can just hit different bars and walk around. So it's a pretty good atmosphere. I'm actually surprised the Marlins as a business aren't doing better, because it is a fun time to watch a game. But thought I'd bring it up there that I think it will be a really fun time at the Marlins game. But do want to get back to Texas, Seattle, AL West. Not sure if this is one of the games you're going to bring up, Jimmy, but Sampson versus Gonzalez. Gonzalez, 27 years old. He has faced Seattle 3 times this year. Kind of mixed results. One of the times I believe he went 6 innings, 0 ER. Then the other 2 kind of got touched a little bit. But Seattle's lineup, number 26 in weighted runs created plus number, in just a 658 team OPS the last 14 days, so not very good at all. And Texas, the coldest team in all of baseball the last 2 weeks, so not looking to bet on them offensively. And Sampson, kind of a starter bullpen guy, just 27 years old, kind of not really knowing a lot about him, so not really circled as a bet on guy for me. But with both of these lineups really cold, I did look towards the under at 10. Haven't gotten there yet.
Well, Pie Guy is saying Seattle first 5, and that was what I was thinking. Now, the only concern is that Sampson was born in Redmond, Washington. So will he step up pitching his hometown? I think Sampson's bad. I think he's a bad pitcher. I know Marlins lost 8 and 9, but Gonzalez 4-3, 3.35 ERA in 8 career starts against the Rangers. 1-2, 3.50 ERA in 3 appearances. So we know. Okay, so the Rangers have this closed door meeting after their last game, and that's another thing that would hold me back from fading them first 5. But Marco Gonzalez on the mound. Rangers are 231, 722 OPS versus lefties. I just feel like this is the spot. Anthony Ellis is at a coin flip price value with Seattle. Man, let me take a look at this here for me. Mariners first 5 quickly. If I was to take Mariners first 5 money line, because I just don't want anything to do with their bullpen. That's run lines. At a money line, it's a pick 'em. I would take that. I think I will take that. What do you think of Mariners first 5?
I love where your head's at, Jimmy. And you bring up the fact, Sampson coming home. A lot of people think that's motivation to kind of pitch better. But especially for a guy like him, a fringe guy, he's going to have friends hitting him up for tickets, likely the first time he's pitched back home. I'm not 100% sure about that. But either way, he's going to have a lot on his mind with family and friends hitting him up. I look to fade those situations. And I would definitely give the pitching advantage to Gonzalez. So yeah, I like it, man. Seattle first 5. I'm right there with you.
Yeah, I'm going to pull the trigger on it. I'm going to pull the trigger on it right now. Seattle first 5. I'm getting minus 108 at Bookmaker. And I predict that it's a minus 115 to minus 120 when we're back here for the late show. Minus 108. First 5, Mariners, that's locked in. Lance LaRose says Rangers cooling off. Tormino said Seattle lineup is bad. They just don't hit consistently. Eric Jones saying I like the over. Okay. I like this stuff. Okay. Is there anything else you want to lead us to, or can I lead you to a couple games?
Yeah, those are the games I had an interest in, and the 2 games that I've bet already. So no, we can go wherever you want, man.
Okay, perfectly. I want to quickly get to these 2 baseball games, and then I want to go over some of the leans that I have. So we have to work quickly. First off, let's talk Cubs, Giants. Alec Mills, Sean Anderson. Cubs 18-27 on the road. Hard to believe they're that bad on the road. Giants 50-50 with 23-27 at home. Under 500 at home. 65 Fahrenheit, clear, 10 miles per hour out to left center. Here we have Alec Mills again. That soft throwing 27-year-old pitcher making his first ever road start. Now, there's a belief in the chat that the Giants are going to slow down offensively, but Nutflush Allen, who is our San Francisco Giants expert, says these bats could heat up again right now today. Sean Anderson, 3-2, 4.87 ERA, 1.50 WHIP, but those last 3 starts were on the road, and they weren't very good. 13 runs, 13 and a third. But he's going to be happy to come home. He's won his last 2 home starts. Still not much better. I mean, 4 runs allowed in 11 and 2/3. Giants, best record in the NL since the All-Star break, 9-2. Cubs, second at 7-2. Mills, as I said, starting his first road game of his career. I just feel like San Francisco has value in this spot. I think that the Cubs and the bullpen, with there's no need. You know, I've been taking so many first 5s, but there's no need to with the Giants. I like their bullpen. Let's see what I'd get. Well, first off, first 5 for the Giants is plus 105, plus 109. So there's been no movement at Bet Online on this. So that's full for first half. And then full game on the Giants is plus 104. What are you thinking of? Oh, and let's quickly just look at what the total is. Sorry, and the total for this game. And I'm not going to mess with any kind of under at all. It's at 8.5. 8.5 now. A lot of other books have moved it to 9, but Pinnacle is not. Pinnacle's hanging at 8.5 at minus 120. What are your thoughts here on the Cubbies versus the Giants?
Yeah, you bring up a lot of good points, Jimmy, and the fact that it's his first road game kind of makes me look to fade him a little bit here. Plus the fact, since the All-Star break, I like to kind of re-gauge these bullpens since in their performance in the second half since the break for the All-Star break. And the Giants have had a pretty good strikeout to walk ratio from their bullpen, and under 4 ERA, which in today's baseball is not actually that bad. I mean, compare it to the Cubs, 4.20. Nice number there, but still above 4 ERA from the relievers, and not nearly as good of a strikeout to walk, only 11.2% compared to the Giants at 16.3%. So I'd say on the back end there, the Giants bullpen has the advantage as well. So being at home, both teams hot, but definitely the Giants, especially for, a bottom tier team in a lot of bettors' eyes, I would look towards the Giants. It's a game I haven't bet, man, just because the Cubs have been hot as well. So that's what's kind of keeping me off of it. But if you made me bet it, I'd be on the Giants.
Yeah, and Bookie Leverkusen has been on the Giants every day too. Every game a nail biter at home. They sure have been. I'm not going to make a move yet, but I like it. Let's go Orioles, Diamondbacks, and we've talked about each and every game. And I want to go over a couple leans, then we'll put a bow on this. Orioles, Diamondbacks opened at 9.5, now down to 9. That's very interesting. Now down to 9. Aaron Brooks has been used primarily as an opener, and they're going to start stretching him out. But I've liked what I've seen from him, and I know that he's going to step up in the second half. This is a chance for him to have a career in Major League Baseball, and there's only one team willing to give it to him, the worst team in the league. And I really expect Brooks is a character guy. I expect him to have a nice second half. The Rays open up, not enough for me to take the Orioles in this game. But the Rays open up at minus 220. There's been a 28-cent move towards the Rays. And Rays looking good. 3.92 ERA, 1.30 WHIP overall. But he's looked good in his last 3 starts. He's won them all. 6 runs over 18 in the third. 23 Ks in the 18 and third. Has walked 8. Orioles just took 2 or 3 from the Red Sox. You have any feel on this Orioles Diamondback spot?
I'm not actually looking to step in front of the Orioles right now. They just won 5-0 over the Sox, and I know it's on the road. It's not a big enough plus price for me to just recommend a bet on them and go out there and risk money on the O's. But still, at a huge plus price, I mean, I don't know. It's just not a game I'm really interested here, man.
I can understand that. I just love the opportunity with an 11-game card where we can talk about each one. Anthony L. saying the same thing. He said, D-backs game is easy passed. Pink Eye Genie said, missed that sweep by 1. Russell Gordy says, all over Rays, 1.5. CT Bay's like in the over in Baltimore, Arizona. And he keeps calling Robbie Ray the Rays. Oh, do I? Sorry. Robbie Ray. Okay. Sorry. Okay. A lot of things happening very quickly. Okay, let's talk about the leans that I haven't made that I wanted to make. Okay, now I like the A's here. I think there's enormous amounts of value. But if money's going to keep coming in on the Astros, I'm going to wait. But what do you think about this total? Because we know Cole's going to pitch well. I think Homer Bailey is going to pitch well. What do you think about this first 5 under in A's Astros? First 5 under 5.
I don't love it. I guess I would need to look a little bit more into Homer Bailey's numbers. I haven't kind of seen how he's pitched here in Houston and against this lineup. But Cole on the other side, I could see him having success. I mean, Oakland overall, from a side perspective, Jimmy, I'm looking to bet on the A's for sure. Houston, they're still without Correa. He's still in the minors. Overall, I'm not looking to lay minus 200 here against the A's. That's for sure. So it would be A's or pass as a side, and as a total. Um, I mean, Homer Bailey, I'd look to pick to actually bet on him in Oakland Coliseum. In Houston, I'm not so sure. What makes you really think that he's going to have a good performance tonight?
Well, I believe in the guy. I believe in the
Okay.
guy, but let's break it down. 3-0, 1.46 ERA, 8 career starts against the Astros. I thought that Mariners start was very good after having 13 days off. Remember, they pulled him from his start before. So 13 days off, and he rolls. So he said, he's like, I was rusty early. He allows 2 runs in the first inning and then completely shuts him down. I know we're talking about a shit Mariners offense. I expect Homer Bailey to be a good pitcher moving forward. And Ricky Bobby saying Bailey normally pitching well against the Astros. Gay Paskey saying Orioles just had one good game. Every poor team will have a good game here and there, but Arizona run line is the easy play. Tormino saying Bailey's been decent in bigger parts. I don't see him holding up here. Okay, I'll leave that first 5 as a lean, but
And
the Athletics
Jimmy,
is a play I'm going to make. I'm going to keep an eye on the market. If money starts coming in on the A's, I'll just make it immediately, but I'm going to take the A's full game for sure. I just think there's too much value there. And the first 5 under is just going to be a lean, I guess, at that point. Okay, so then that's about it. Those are all. So then my action is locked in. Oh, okay, here. I also had a lean towards Trevor Williams. His last 5 weeks have been a mess. He had to deal with the birth of a child, and then he had the All-Star game. And I don't mean birth of a child is a negative thing, but, it gets him out of his routine. And then he has the All-Star game, and then he comes back, and then he has the flu. So he's been bad, but I would take him over Ponce de Leon 10 times out of 10. And I think that the Pirates have value, at least first 5 in the game against the Cardinals. Do you have any feel on this one?
I mean, I would look towards the over. I don't like either pitcher really, Trevor Williams or and especially the birth of the child. Not a bad thing at all, but kind of look to fade him, getting him out of his rhythm. Ponce de Leon, yeah, not a bet on for me either. I would look towards the over here. And also, I agree with the commenter Jimmy when we're talking about Homer Bailey. I look to bet him more in bigger parks. Houston, not really. It's more of a hitter's bandbox, man, and that Houston lineup. That's what keeps me off of just kind of circling Bailey on a big plus price. But again, if you made me bet it, I would take the big underdog.
Yeah, and Guru saying keep it first 5. They won't have Hendricks today. 3 games in a row over 20 pitches, and he got touched in the last one. It was sad. That would have been a nice spot for that Indians bet if the A's had held on to that win there. 6-5, 2 outs, and then that triple, and then whatever. Okay, beautiful stuff. So I'm going to leave those as leans right now. I have a full day to hammer this and think about this. But great work, Drew. You helped me a lot. Thank you so much for joining us. My God, where can we find you on Twitter? What other shows you got coming up this week?
Yeah, at Drew Martin Bets on Twitter. Thanks for having me on, Jimmy. I'll be back tomorrow and Wednesday about 11:45 Eastern time, just breaking down the games, looking at betting. Love to interact with the chat box, interact on Twitter at Drew Martin Bets, and also the Saturday closing line show with Ian Cameron, breaking down Saturday's MLB slate with Jimmy off for the weekends. You can come join us 11 a.m. Eastern. Also breaking down some CFL action as well. So yeah, man, be back on tomorrow 11:45 a.m. Eastern. Jimmy, thanks for having me on, man, and best of luck with your bets.
Thank you so much, my friend. Yes, and I've lost 4 straight in CFL, now 6-6, and it's so upsetting because I feel like I have a real clear look on what's going on in the league, and yet I've lost 4 straight, which is very upsetting. There's our guy, Drew Martin, joining us. You want to party with him? Diplomat Beach Resort. You want to party with Dom Ricci, Big Ragu, Red Girl, the Beach Resort, man, I can't wait. Absolutely can't wait. And Von Polo, we already have Von Polo booking a room. We have all these guys booking rooms already. Ulysses Hayes, Peanuts already booked a room. Can't wait to finally get to hang out with Ulysses Hayes. We got so many great cappers that we're going to be hanging with. I'm just so excited. Okay, so this is my action on the card. So just leans on those first. I'm on Indians first 5 -0.5, -120. Indians full game -1.5, -110. Then I'm on Reds, Brewers, first 5, under 5 at minus 125. Waiting for the A's. Then I'm on Yankees, Twins, first 5 over 6 at minus 120. And that's it. Oh, no, sorry. Mariners first 5, minus 108. Mariners first 5, minus 108. See, Mendez says Cleveland run line or money line. I'm taking them run line. I mean, you could make a -1 play. I'm not going to bother with that, though. Maybe I should have, looking back at it. Maybe I should have, and maybe I'll bet. I mean, I've already given out the -1 app, but maybe I'll bet the -1. All right, that's what's up. Thank you guys so much for watching this show. I'm so excited about these smaller cards. Now, it's 11 games, so it's not too small, but we don't have to worry about or losing our focus with any other sports. Baseball all day, and we're going to have Dave L.A. joining us live on The Late Show. Thank you guys so much for watching. We have no show without you. Come party with us in Miami, but most importantly, Leche, hey, los bookmakers!